Good morning, guys. This video is going to be a little bit different what you normally see on the channel. I guess you could say it's a little bit of a journey through time in the industry here a little bit, where we've been, where we're going, but I think it's extremely important to look back, extremely important to look forward, and most importantly, I want to get your guys' opinion, so stick around to the end so you can give it to me. Let's do it. All right, don't mind the beautiful mess behind me. It is cold outside, it is miserable, it is the middle of winter. We have shop videos coming, I promise. But first, let's go down a hypothetical memory lane, I guess, if you would, with our industry, where it's at, and how we got here, and just try to put some stuff into perspective, I guess you would say. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. Could you imagine being the dirt guy that had his favorite horse out there in the field pulling his little slip pan, and some guy come up to you and said, "Hey, we're gonna replace that horse with a steam engine." You know for a fact that guy was like, "You're crazy, you're never gonna replace my horse with a steam engine." Well, history tells the tale. We know what happened. Inevitably, that horse got replaced with a steam engine, and then the slip pan got bigger, got more efficient, on and on and on. So then you go down to the next generation, or maybe it wasn't the next generation, maybe it was a generation and a half. Long story short, somebody come along and said, "Hey, we're gonna replace that steam engine with an internal combustion engine." And that guy was like, "That's crazy. It'll never work. You're not getting rid of my steam engine. It works good. It's proven," the whole spiel. Well, it's inevitable. We know what happened. The gasoline engine, the diesel engine come along, and the slip pan got bigger, the implements got bigger, got more efficient, and here we are today. So where I'm going with this is, inevitably, at some point, somebody's gonna come to us and say, "Hey, we're gonna replace that internal combustion engine with something more powerful, more efficient, and everything's gonna get bigger, or we're gonna be able to have multiples of them, and we're gonna go into the next phase of this." Now, I don't know if that's 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and guys, I promise I'm not here to have the electric hydrogen debate. All I want to do is make sure everybody's got an open mind, that we need to be open to what type of change may come in the future. So where are you going with this, Dirt Perfect? Why are you in the shop rambling on first thing in this morning? So here's where I'm going with this. HD Hyundai invited me to go to Las Vegas to a show they call Consumer Electronics Show, the CES show. Now, let's face it, I probably have no business being there, and as you guys will see in some video clips coming up, I was 100% a fish out of water. But it was really cool being there because I feel like that was a snapshot of our future in a lot of different ways, with transparent TVs and all these other little new and cool gadgets they got coming out. But what Hyundai had on display there is their vision of the job site of the future. They're trying to kind of predict or project a little bit, I guess, of what they feel like the construction job site of the future would be. Now, with that being said, the construction industry has always lagged behind everybody else. Automotive industry is usually leading the way when it comes to mechanical stuff, and then you got the farmers, man. These farmers, I go back to my own theory before. At some point these farmers said, "Hey, we're gonna put GPS guidance on there." And there was a whole group of them who were like, "No, that's crazy." They couldn't live without it now once they embraced it. So technology, innovation is not always a bad thing, is the point of my conversation I'm trying to have. So back on track here. Hyundai invited me out there, and they kind of let us tour what they believe is going to be some of the innovations in the future that's going to completely change our industry. Because to my previous point, automotive industry, farming, trucking industry, and then the construction industry, we are so far behind these other industries when it comes to technology, applying that technology to what we do, and driving innovation. Sometimes it's almost borderline embarrassing what these other industries do versus what we have available to us. Some of that stuff is trickling in, some of it is well received, some of it's not. But long story short, I was pretty excited to go to this show. I was able to sit in on a few speeches, tour the booth, see some stuff, and some of it was Some of it was so-so, and some of it was really eye-opening, and some of it was really interesting. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little trip to Vegas. I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of the booth, kind of show you what they had on display there. I'm gonna meet you guys back here. We're gonna wrap this up a pretty little bow, and that's where I want your guys' thoughts on what we talked about, what we've seen. So here we go, off to Vegas. Welcome to the Las Vegas Convention Center, CES 2024. We are here at the HD Hyundai booth. Guys, this is a look into the future of excavating, and it is wild. And a lot of this stuff may not apply to what we do today, but there are 3 key points that might: safety, productivity, and efficiency. Let's check it out and see what they got. All right, guys, technology is no different than anything else. Sometimes you gotta run before you walk. The answer to that here is simulation. Let's give it a try.
All right, let's step into the vehicle.
All right.
Hopefully you make it. Time to beat is 50 seconds left.
50 seconds left?
50 seconds left.
Now that's a challenge.
All right, good luck.
That's a challenge.
They're scanning the work site to find an optimal route for dirt perfect.
Here we go.
Complete this mission in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Dirt perfect, have you ever used a wheel loader before?
No, first time.
First time. He is a novice, but with the X-Agent technology, he will complete this task right and forward.
That's the hope. All right, here we go.
All right, pedal to the metal.
And go.
We're off. Whoa, that is crazy.
AI technology will scan the optimal route for him to complete this
We may have to work on the suspension system a little bit, but we're going places,
Oh,
folks.
no, you're stuck. Go that way. There you go.
Oh, oh, oh.
There you go.
Oh.
He is entering our mining site. Where we will ride.
Sorry, I'm concentrating on not wrecking my virtual loader, because that's super important right now.
You're watching Dirt Loader from YouTube. Complete our mission. This needs to grab minerals using our virtual wheel loader. He has now activated our bucket, and our transparent bucket 2.0 technology has been activated.
Man, if it was just that easy to load in real life.
It makes the bucket invisible to enhance visibility and increase safety. He's able to see any obstacles that are in his way.
I'll have to admit, that is pretty wild, being able to see through the bucket and drive out of here. How's my time doing, Miles? Oh, no.
But that's okay. Perfect. With our AI technology,
I'll check that out.
yes, we're reusing
This thing.
overcome any spatiotemporal constraints that are in your way. With 50 seconds remaining, can he complete this task?
Well, we're going to make it, but it's not going to be a record breaker.
Using our X-Vision system, he's able to see that there's a pipe up ahead, and our AI has provided the best route to avoid this. With that transparent bucket technology, he's able to clearly see where he needs to go, and this is what has awarded HD Hyundai our 2024 Innovation Award.
Success.
Yeah, dirt perfect. 25 seconds remaining.
Good job.
So you ask, guys, how is this relevant? I'm going to tell you. We're going to operate an actual loader in Atlanta, Georgia from right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, using that exact same console we just did the simulation on. We're going to let Dave show us the ropes, and then we're going to give it a try ourselves. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada right now. This machine is in Atlanta, Georgia. And Mr. Spooner here is going to tell us how that's possible.
Yep. Right now we're using fiber optics over a Wi-Fi to control this machine. Like Mike said, this is in Atlanta, Georgia, which is from here to about 2,000 miles away. So, and it's all via remote control. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is the transparent bucket option we have, which allows you to see through the bucket even when it's loaded, which you'll see in a minute. The gentleman up here on the left is going to walk in front of me. And in normal applications, I would lose him behind the bucket. This application, I can still see him.
Which this is very similar to what we were trying to show in the simulator version we did earlier.
Right.
This is the real life version of it.
Yes. Yep. See him coming across?
Yeah, see the guy coming across to the left there?
And now, normally you lose him behind the bucket. Now he's behind. You can still see him.
That is cool. Safety, that's number one, safety.
Yep. except for the feedback that you get from bouncing around inside the machine, this is just like running a regular loader.
Technology, as you saw there, operating this
You know, and use this in applications where you wouldn't want to put a person in for safety reasons, or anything like that, for disaster cleanup, or area where there's possible poisonous gas leaks or something like that.
So what would the setup be like in real life? Obviously, you'd have a station like this set up somewhere,
Yeah.
3 or 4 monitors. You can see across the top of the screen. You've got your dash, your different cameras.
Right.
I mean, you got almost better visibility sitting outside the machine operating than what you would in the seat.
Yes, and as you can see, I have one monitor in front of me. And I would think that eventually you can set up the way you want to. So you want 160 degree view, you can have that too. So
100% customizable.
yeah, 100% customizable.
way. We are operating this vehicle.
But you see everything that you would see normally. You put it in reverse in the machine, and you see the monitor. Your reverse camera is there as well. Radar picking up hazard zones or things to be mindful of.
Right.
But, yeah, that's it. It runs just like a regular loader.
That is wild.
And that's job done. Now I can go on to do something else.
And your feet's not even dirty.
My feet aren't even dirty. Yep.
It's incredible.
Yep. Awesome technology. All right, just checking. Remote on. All right, remote's on. All right, push that button. You'll see your 2 lights light up.
All right.
So go ahead and push it. Push it and hold it. There you go. All right. Put on the brake. All right. All right, she's yours now. So let's pull back on the stick.
So we're going to shoot this little. So we're going over that pile over there, right?
Yeah. So pull back on the stick.
All right. So off the brake.
Yep. Off the brake.
Okay.
Push that. Rock that forward and put you in first gear.
All right.
Off the brake.
Oh, that is wild. So we're doing it. We're really driving a loader.
You are really driving a loader 2,000 miles away.
From Las Vegas. And this loader is in Atlanta, Georgia. We're gonna take it easy here. No need to get too carried away. It's not bad. There's just a slight delay, but it's something you can get manageable really easy.
Yep, put the bucket on the ground and boom down and see how good of a loader operator you are, Mike.
Well, don't get your hopes up. It looks a little bit muddy out there. I can tell from the. We're gonna take it easy here. We don't want to spin out and cause any problems.
There you go.
See a little weight go on the tires. I'm gonna say I'm pretty proud of that scoop right there.
That's a good scoop, Mike. Back her up to the left and we'll dump it to the right.
We're gonna back her up. Which way are we going?
Go to your left. Over that way. There you go.
See, I need directions.
Yeah, about to the edge of the concrete. Or the
Now,
gravel.
what they might not be able to see is
All right.
I can still see my.
Stop it and yep, you're going to that pile to your right.
There we go. This is way more intuitive than I thought it was going to be.
Yep. All right, now when you back her up, we're going to put her back in the parking spot. So go to your right, cut it hard right. You'll see the mannequin when you get around there. You're going to keep him on your right. You can kind of see the parking spot over there.
Yeah.
Yep, back her in there.
That is so wild.
All right, go ahead and stop it. Put it in neutral.
All right.
Settle your bucket. in Vegas, now you can get back to the slot machines, right?
That is incredible. You gonna pop the parking brake?
Yep. Just turn that, flip that green switch down, and that's it.
That is cool. That is cool. I did it. Thanks, sir. So now that you've seen this thing in action, the question is, how does it apply to the real world? A couple things come to mind. Job site's too dangerous for actual operators, but in our world, it's efficiency. I can think of one instance in particular, our local rock yard. The guy has to get up from his seat at the scale house, get in the loader, load the truck, get out of the loader, come back, and scale us out. How nice would it be to do it all from one seat?
So how do you do with heights and motion?
Is this a trick question?
No, it's not a trick question, but so growing up, you remember the old Pink Floyd video for the song "Learning to Fly"?
Hey, Bill, you're a little older than I am.
Oh.
But I do remember.
So we're about to experience that. So what we've got here, it's a VR setup in which we're going to get a drone's perspective. It's of a job site of a future, but I think this could actually have some practical applications to the job site today, where a drone's flying around, it's getting machine data, productivity data, and we're going to experience that through the magic of VR.
Yeah. So for what I hear, we are going to be the drone.
We are going to be the drone, and I don't think I'll blow chunks.
No promises here.
No promises
I mean,
here.
Makes a good video, right?
Right. You're going to see it happen, and
All right. Enjoy the ride.
here we go, Mike.
Famous last words. Enjoy the ride.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Do we have an
Yes.
option? It says yes or no.
We don't have an option. Here
No
we
fair.
go. Oh,
We're
Here
going
we
down,
go.
Bill. No.
yeah.
We got drone
I don't
competition.
think. Oh, there we go.
That is cool.
Yeah, Mike. My drones don't do this.
No, I don't think so.
Whoa!
My drone's definitely not waterproof.
That's an extra package you gotta buy. Whales. Here we go.
Wouldn't this be called a submarine?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Mike, I'm in space.
Maybe we can confirm a moon landing. So is this what excavation on the moon looks like?
I think so. Wow.
Oh man, we gotta get back to Earth.
I think that's where they're taking us, Mike.
Lord, I hope so.
They're leaving us on the moon.
Oh crap. That was wild.
Welcome back to Earth.
Thank you.
Watch your toes. Alrighty. You can loosen the back as well as right below your jaw.
Right. Awesome.
Take
There
this
you go.
for And then right over here.
Yep.
Just like a seatbelt.
Yep. So moon mining,
Thank
Mike,
you.
that's the future. We're gonna start a moon mining business.
I wonder how weights work with the lack of gravity.
Well, let me tell you here. All right, we're good. We're good.
You showing your age again, Bill?
That was a lot of fun. Did you know that Hyundai was going to take you to space, into the ocean, and around all sorts of different construction sites?
Not a clue.
That was wild.
That was wild.
Legs are a little shaky, but I think I made it through.
Speak for yourself. I'm good. You were worried about me before
All these
this.
age jokes.
You were worried about me before this. Now look at you over here sweating.
Yeah.
People comment all the time. The best view of the job site's from a drone because it gives you the full perspective.
And we just hung on to
This
one
thing
for
here
real.
just gave us the full perspective from the ocean to the moon.
I'm gonna go sit down.
All right, guys, as you can tell, there is a lot to take in here. I'd like to thank HD Hyundai for the opportunity to come out here and see this. This was wild and is very, very eye-opening. Let's head back to Derby, unpack it, and see if we can make sense out of it.
All right, guys, welcome back to Derby. Hopefully you enjoyed your trip as much as I did. It was truly interesting and eye-opening for me to see that side of the industry. That's a side of the industry we don't see that often, and it is a side of the industry that's even hard for me to film and convey to you guys and make interesting, if I'm being 100% honest. But with that being said, let's kind of unpack what we've seen a little bit. I'm gonna start off with the AI version, or the virtual version of that loader they had, which was almost kind of a gimmicky little game going through the tunnel there, trying to grab some rocks. So how does that, like, they're perfect. How does that apply to anything we're gonna do today? Well, there's a good chance our next generation of operators may come from the video game console. So if we can find ways to get those guys interested in what we're doing, and I'm gonna go way off in left field here. You look at iRacing and what it does for the racing industry. You look at Farming Simulator and the way it gets people interested in farming through that simulator. Why can't we have a construction simulator get people interested in our industry? Part of the problem is just getting people interested in our industry now. So any tool we can use to get people interested in our industry, even if it's a gimmicky little simulator, I'm all for it. There's a lot of pros to that. The flip side of that on a professional level is there's a lot of things we can do in simulation to save ourselves a lot of time, money, and effort that we can then apply to real life. So turn that over a little bit farther, real life. We use that same console to operate a loader remotely. I don't think I need to go into great detail about the different scenarios to where we know that would be beneficial. I think I mentioned one there on film where our local rock yard, the loader guy and the scale guy are the same person. He's not a young chicken anymore. So for him to scale the truck in, get out of the scale house, go to the loader, go out in the yard, load me, come back, get out of the loader, scale me out, make me a ticket, and leave, how convenient would it be for him to just be able to sit right there in that loader seat right there in his office, drive the loader around, load it, do what he needs to do, and come back. Obviously, you got other scenarios where it's a dangerous job site. Operating remotely would definitely be beneficial, but you got guys that can literally be operators one day, and you got to have an open mind here, be operators one day and literally work from home. So there are a lot of benefits to it. I'm not gonna lie, there's also a lot of things that scare the holy crap out of me, but that's where we got to have an open mind and be willing to embrace this. So the other couple topics that keep coming up at the show is autonomy, autonomous vehicles, autonomous equipment, etc., and power sources, electric, hydrogen, etc. So the first thing when everybody talks about autonomy, the first thing they want us to do is, oh my goodness, they're taking our jobs, or losing our jobs, that's all, operators are gonna be out of the jobs. Well, just because there's not a guy actually sitting in the seat of the machine does not mean it don't take people to keep it going. There's still, in some ways, at this point in the stage, it may take more people to keep this autonomous thing going. There's a lot more infrastructure that has to be built. There's a lot more monitoring that has to take place. People still have to build the machines. It's not a direct correlation to an operator losing a job. Here's the next thing. Why are we going to autonomous stuff? Well, for one reason, we don't have the operators. We're not trying to replace somebody that's already there. We're trying to replace somebody we can't find. So unless a whole bunch of us want to step up and enter the industry all at once and fill these thousands of positions that are available, if we want to continue to enjoy our buildings, our roads, our infrastructure, our subdivisions, the list goes on and on and on, we're going to have to find a different way to operate these job sites. And that is just an option. It's another tool in the toolbox. So keep that in mind. And then the last but not least thing we'll hit on slightly is power sources or fuels. There's all kinds of debates going around the world now between electric and hydrogen, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, particularly on this video, but I want to give a few random thoughts. So electric. Guys, my dad worked in the coal mines back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, and the huge shovels they had back then were operated off electric. They weren't operating those shovels because they were trying to go zero carbons or they were trying to be environmentally friendly. They were operating those shovels with electric engines or electric motors because that was the most powerful and efficient power source at that time. The power and torque that electric motors can give, or electric screwdriver type actuators can give, is astronomical. It is way above anything hydraulic driven or hydraulic powered. The problem is the power source. Back then those machines were ran from an umbilical cord. Today we're trying to make them standalones. I don't know. Is that going to be the answer? Are we one major battery discovery away or invention away from that being the wave of the future? Or are we going to go a whole different route? Are we going to go down the hydrogen route? A lot of options there. Hydrogen is a way to produce electricity to run those electric motors, or we can have hydrogen powered internal combustion engines. We got options. The problem with that is infrastructure. We don't have the infrastructure to support hydrogen currently, but is that the direction we need to be moving? I wish I knew. The reality of it is we're all going to have to stay tuned and see what develops and what happens. What I do know for a fact is change isn't inevitable. Going back to my earlier analogies, could you imagine if you drove or operated a cable operated drag line for years and somebody says, we're going to switch that to hydraulic? You're like, no, it'll never work. You're crazy. Well, cable equipment is not obsolete, but obviously hydraulic powered equipment is far superior in a lot of applications than cable equipment. So we have to keep an open mind. We have to keep an eye on the future. Obviously, we need to be environmentally friendly, environmentally conscious, but with that, we still have a job to get done and we still need to be productive doing it. So I'm gonna quit rambling on so you guys don't have to listen to me no more, but here's what I truly, truly wanna know, and I'm really hoping to have a great conversation in the comments. Like I said, I don't wanna go down the electric hydrogen route and all the keywords, all the buzzwords and stuff like that. But let's enter the comments with the mindset of change is coming, and it's gonna be a big change. I don't know if it's gonna be 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, or 7 years down the road. Who knows? We're just gonna have to wait it out and find out. But down in the comments below, let me know a couple things. What intrigues you the most about the future? Is it autonomy? Is it the power source? Is it the efficiency of the job site with the drones and different things that are going to be available to us? What intrigues you the most about what the future job site will look? I'm going to keep mine fairly simple. I am looking forward to just the basic technology other industries have being more readily available in our industry, from guidance and geofences and 3D modeling and stuff like that. I do believe that electric in a lot of ways is going to be the power source of our future. It's just going to have a different source of power, and I don't know for sure what that is yet. That's the big question. We got to figure it out. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I don't think that's going to be 10 years down the road, to be honest, but I think eventually we are going to get there one way, shape, or form. So enough about me and what I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Please go down to the comments section down below. Tell me your experience. Tell me with an open mind what you think is going to be the game changer of the future, because I truly do want to know what your guys' opinion is. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Like I said, it was a different video. It was a little bit of a journey. Really cool for HD Hyundai to have me out there. I truly did enjoy myself, even though I was completely a fish out of water. I got shop projects to get back to. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.